2018 is come and gone, and 2019 is already shaping up to be a pretty good year for video games. We have some absolutely incredible releases on the horizon like Jump Force, Days Gone, Metro Exodus, Crackdown 3, Tom Clancy's The Division 2, and many, many more. It was really hard, guys, to reduce this list down to just 5. However, I took some things into consideration, such as, given the nature of my channel, whether or not I was picking up the collector's or limited edition, and whether or not I knew for certain that the game was coming out this year. Now remember, guys, this list is strictly my opinion. Just because something doesn't make the top 5 doesn't mean I'm not excited for it. So, without further ado, here is my top 5 most anticipated games of 2019. Number 5. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. Now this next entry may confuse some people, as I've never made it a secret that I don't really get on with the Dark Souls games. I just don't find them enjoyable. Neither did I get on with Bloodborne. For that reason, and many others, this game is at the bottom of my list. The closest I've ever come to enjoying a Souls game was probably Ashen. However, I am a huge fan of difficult or challenging samurai or shinobi games, like Tenchu, Ninja Gaiden, and Onimusha. This game looks like it takes everything From Software has learned over the years and refines it into one amazing package. The action and the gameplay look much more fluid and faster paced than Dark Souls and probably even Bloodborne, and it includes one of my favorite gameplay elements, stealth. I can't wait to give this game a go and see if I can actually enjoy a Souls-esque game. It was never the difficulty or the challenge of the games that put me off Dark Souls. It was always more the repetitive explore, die, try again, recollecting your lost souls. I just found it tedious and very grindy, but I'm more than willing to give this game a chance. I love everything about it, from the art style to the look of the combat itself, and come on, it's about a shinobi, I have to get it. And guys, look at this collector's edition. How could I not pick it up? Number 4. Devil May Cry 5. Now, I've been a long-time fan of the Devil May Cry series. Despite my feelings about Nero and the bad taste that Devil May Cry 4 left in my mouth, oh my god, I hate Nero's abilities, and the lackluster reception that DMC received, after playing the new demo, link in the description, I'm hopeful for the direction this series is taking. This is a return to the core franchise, set 2 years after the events of The Order. Nero returns to face a new threat after being contacted by V. Now, not only does Dante return with new and old weapons, such as Cerberus, Rebellion, a funky new cowboy hat that seems to shoot out shards of damage, and a wicked motorcycle that can be split in two and used as a weapon, and my personal favorite so far, some kind of kung fu-esque flaming staff. We also have Nero returning, this time without the Devil Bringer, but the Devil Breaker, which you can swap out with various loadouts, including Mega Man, which is pretty freaking awesome. I think that having the new Devil Breaker will fix the problems I had with Nero in the 4th game, where his lack of variety with his attacks and abilities left me wanting more. Now we also have new character V. He seems to summon shadowy forms to fight on his behalf and can teleport. And there even seems to be some bits where all 3 characters will meet up and cross over. Now this game comes with a pretty cool collector's edition, but unfortunately for me, it's currently restricted just to the US. Other than that, I'm really looking forward to this game, guys, so that's why it makes number 4 on my list. Number 3. Kingdom Hearts 3. I think everyone I know is excited for this one. If you're a longtime fan of this series, you've been waiting over a decade for this. Even if you're a new fan who's recently played one of the remixes, or 1.5, 2.5, 2.8, or is it 2.9, 3/4 and a half, whatever. The hype is massive. This game is going to have a lot to live up to, but the delay has caused some good for the series, as more modern films could be added to this game, such as Monsters Inc., Toy Story, Tangled, Ratatouille, Frozen, Pirates of the Caribbean, and the one I'm most excited for, Big Hero 6. That's right, guys, I'm a pretty big Baymax fan. And let's not forget the possibility of Star Wars or even Marvel movies being included in this one. It's not just the nostalgia in this game, but the combat and minigames actually look really fun and interesting. Now, despite the hype behind this game, it only reaches number 3 on my list for 2 very important reasons. The first being that not only does it have a lot to live up to after over a decade of waiting, but because of that reason, I'm probably going to have to watch like 10 or 12 different YouTube videos just to catch up on the convoluted story which is this game's main critique that I've seen so far, as even veteran fans are going to struggle to remember everything that's happened, given the multiple installments across several platforms. The second reason being, even though this is one of Square Enix's most anticipated titles, there only seems to be a deluxe edition. Now you can buy a collector's Keyblade, but that is sold separately and not a true collector's edition, and in the context of my channel, I couldn't place it in one of the top 2 spots. We'll have to see if this game is able to live up to its fans' hype and anticipation, but from everything I've seen, I'm hopeful, and that's why it gets my number 3 spot. Number 2. Anthem. I am so freaking hyped for this game. It is unreal. I mean, it's no secret that I am a massive BioWare fan and nerd. Mass Effect is probably one of my favorite game series, and the only game I've never traded in. Everything about this game intrigues me. As many of you will know as well, that I am a fan of games like Destiny, or the shared world shooter genre, MMO Light, whatever you want to call it, and this game just looks like it's going to be a blast to play with my friends. Combine with that with the fact that you have BioWare's A-Team, BioWare Edmonton, doing the story, and you got yourself one incredible looking game. Now, BioWare have a history of making really immersive and amazing stories, but they don't always nail the gameplay, with maybe very few exceptions. But this game looks to finally fix that long-standing problem for the studio. Everything about the Javelin gameplay looks absolutely incredible. You really are some kind of Destiny space wizard mixed with Iron Man. They even have a Hulkbuster looking one. This new our world, your story approach could be the thing that finally bridges the gap between single-player storytelling and multiplayer action. As with the your world part, you venture out to the world of Anthem with your friends in cooperative multiplayer missions and exploration, and then come back to the city to experience your own personal story and make classic BioWare decisions that affect only your journey, allowing you to tag along with your friends without having to worry that their decisions will affect your story. However, I realize that a lot of people are apprehensive about this game, given EA's past with its studios and how they tend to, shall we say, meddle? Or because you felt like BioWare let you down with Mass Effect Andromeda. Remember guys, that was the B team, BioWare Montreal. I couldn't be more excited for this game. However, I do also worry, as the share world shooter genre doesn't have the greatest track history, even if our only real example is Destiny. Destiny 2. For that reason, and the fact that it actually doesn't have a collector's edition, which really kind of upsets me. Could you imagine if they did a statue with all 4 javelins in a circle? That would be absolutely amazing. BioWare and EA really missed a trick here. Instead of simply having the Legion of the Dawn edition, we could have had an amazing collectible, especially given the reception of the javelin's design. For that reason, it makes number 2 on my list. BioWare, don't let me down. Number 1. Resident Evil 2. This is it guys, number 1, numero uno, the most anticipated game of 2019, at least for myself. And the best bit is, it's out this January. Resident Evil 2, or the Resident Evil 2 remake, looks absolutely incredible. Using the new RE engine, this game looks better than even the new Resident Evil 7 game, in my humble opinion. This isn't just a simple remake or remaster guys, they have completely overhauled this game. From the ground up, they have reconstructed it, not only to be faithful, but to use all the improvements, new gameplay mechanics, everything they've learned from the past 10-20 years of Resident Evil games. You have the gameplay from Resident Evil 4 or 5, combined with the graphics of 7 using the RE engine. You even have little tidbits from the RE remake from the GameCube era, including defensive items, thrown into the mix just for good measure. Now, there were a few concerns with this game, considering the change from the tank controls to Resident Evil 4's over-the-shoulder combat, but from everything I've seen in the demos and gameplay, these zombies are no pushovers, requiring strategic shooting or dynamic dismemberment, as seen in more recent horror games like Dead Space. This game is sure to delight newcomers and veterans of the series, as not only is the gameplay changed, but also the story beats have been revamped in order to keep things fresh for the veteran players who've probably completed Resident Evil 2 dozens if not hundreds of times. Things like Ada Wong sections who have been changed to reflect the fact that she's a corporate spy, now including almost Batman detective mode like sections where she has to solve puzzles while trying to escape zombies and other threats. Speaking of threats, a familiar face returns in the form of Mr. X, the tyrant that plagued players during their Scenario B daily playthroughs. Now, seemingly a persistent enemy that chases you around Raccoon City, much like the alien in Alien Isolation, players are now going to have to balance avoiding enemies, solving puzzles, and not attracting the attention of Mr. X as they explore Raccoon City's police department, as shown in the demo. Players can persistently hear his footsteps as he gets closer or further away, and depending on their actions can attract him to basically warp to their location where they have to escape him, as, like in the original game, he's pretty much invulnerable. I mean, just listen to how terrifying it is exploring the police station, with this guy's footsteps booming away in the background. I think we can all agree that this goes just a bit beyond a normal remake. Combined with the fact that it has an absolutely incredible collector's edition, Resident Evil 2 takes the #1 spot on my top 5 most anticipated games for 2019 with very, very good reason. Well, that's it. That's my top 5 most anticipated games of 2019. Well, at least so far anyways. There are a few honorable mentions like Jump Force seen here, but I really did want to just stick to 5. That doesn't mean to say there aren't some great collector's editions or some great games coming out this year that didn't make the list, so let me know what you're most looking forward to in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, and hit that notification bell so you know when I'm uploading, and thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video. This was a real labor of love for me. This is something I'm new to on this channel, but look forward to more top 5s, more unboxings, more let's plays, and more reviews in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.